Yeah, what up, everybody? It is your boy DJ Spen on the Wheels of Steel, and you are checking out Talent Tuesday, our A&R form that we do each and every other Tuesday when we can do it. Sometimes, it gets a little sticky, but most of the time, we're on like clockwork each and every other Tuesday, doing what it is that we do, going through some brand new music from some up and coming and new producers and giving them our honest feedback on what we think about their tracks. And sometimes we even sign some of those records. Isn't that correct? The first person I'm going to bring in tonight is one of our guests, Mr. Bobby Shaw. Isn't that right, Bobby Shaw?
Yes.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. It's an honor to be here, so thank you very much for including me in this bill.
Oh, man, it's all good. I see you in New York. I hear fire sirens and all kind of stuff in your background.
Yeah, you're hearing it correctly, and I'm on the 18th floor, so could you imagine if you were on the first?
All good, man. All good. All right, so Bobby Shaw, as well as two of who I'm going to call, because Bobby Shaw really is Quantized family. I'm telling you right now, he's got on a Quantized shirt, even though it says...
You're my daddy. You're my daddy.
You wish, Bobby Shaw. You wish. Anyway, as it goes, I've got two spectacular. And I mean, when I say spectacular, I mean these two ladies are the creme de la creme of what they do. Both Londoners and both just, well, let me stop bigging them up. Let me just bring them on. Paris Cesvette, one of actually my favorite people, and one of the baddest producers and DJs on the planet, is here with us tonight. What's up, Paris? How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Mr. Spen. Thank you for having me here. Thank you so much, Quantized family. It's so good to be here and listen to some music and do what we do. It's fantastic.
All right. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I've wanted you on the show for a minute, but there's a purpose for you being on the show. We'll tell everybody about that later. And
amazing.
We've got who I'm going to say is one of my favorite vocalists. Songwriter. I met her as she was working as one part of a group called Handley. She has since moved on and has done some stunning work, some absolutely stunning work. And she also, on the underground tip, she goes around with Grace Jones. She actually works with Grace Jones live. This lady's name is Hannah Khemoh.
You tried. I mean, it's close enough.
Khemoh.
Close enough. It's obviously a pleasure. Thanks, Spen. It's an honor for me to be here, and I can't wait to get into it. Let's go.
Oh, well, it is on, and thank you for joining us, because I know you are busy. Actually, to each and every one of you, because it's busy, I can't even have my own Quantized crew with me. I mean, my wife is busy, Tommy's busy, Mike Freak's busy, everybody's busy, but I got these lovely individuals. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Now I get a notice.
Yeah,
from
you
police.
just be going, throw me out the show.
Tommy Davis is also in the house.
Yes, sir. Hello, fam.
What up,
Hello,
man?
ladies.
How you doing?
What's up, Bobby? Hello, ladies.
I was worried we wouldn't have a basketball team, but now we got 5 of us.
All right. Michael Jordan just entered the building, so what can we say? Just into the building. All right, so without further ado, we're going to get right into what it is that we do right here on Talent Tuesday. Everybody's going to give this a listen, and we're going to come back and we're going to rate this, but this is our first track. It is called Evergreen, as Talent Tuesday is in full effect, everybody. It's on. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. Him too. You know we can hear you, Spen, right? Okay, we're having technical difficulties.
Okay, I apologize, everybody. I'm gonna let this play again because that wasn't fair. I was still trying to get some technical things going. So we're starting again. This track called Evergreen from the top. Evergreen, Talent Tuesday.
Fresh as the morning air.
All right. That is track number 1. Our first track on Talent Tuesday today is called Evergreen, which is a remake of the classic Evergreen. And because it's so classic, I know who I want to go first today.
I know you do. I know you do.
I know who I want to go first today. Let's see what he has to say about Evergreen.
I have 2 different takes on this. One is I'm a big Barbra Streisand fan, and I love Evergreen so much, and I actually have a bootleg dance mix of her version. Now, sometimes in my mind, her version is such a classic. It reminds me like You Don't Touch the Mona Lisa. And no one has ever done a remake of the Mona Lisa. Sometimes things, in my mind, shouldn't be done. But on the other hand, I can understand why somebody would want to do it. And I actually think that woman who's singing it has a good voice. The production sounded a little sketchy. But I actually thought it was actually okay for what it was. So
very interesting.
I'll give it a 5.5, 6.
All right, cool.
It's got potential. I like her voice.
Very good. All right, Bobby Shaw.
Let's face it, the song was a hit.
Right. I mean, a hit is a hit is a hit.
Right.
Can't take anything away from it.
It is a different approach to it. So know, I give the person who did it, I understand it, and I give them credit.
All right. Bobby Shaw with a 6, you said, right? All right, cool. Paris, what do you think?
So the other people that covered this was Luther Vandross and Johnny Mathis. So the arena they're pushing themselves into, as Bobby said, that's like Mona Lisa level. So I think, as agreeing with Bobby, her vocal is lovely. But of course we know it's like half the job, isn't it? The other half is the production. Correct. So I think the foundation beat is good. I think around 3:57 he starts to go a little stabby, a little kind of freestyle. I'd say if he kind of went more in, or they went more into there, we could have something there, because of course there's a bit of a harmonic issue. I would suggest maybe, go back to the original, whether you want to go to the Barbara, the Luther version, or the Johnny Mathis version, and just understand the harmonics and what they do with the instrumentation there. So hopefully that can get, if they want to produce the full song like they've done, they can give a bit more of an answer what to do musically. But the little stabby kind of garage underground bit, lovely.
All right, cool. Scale of 1 to 10.
I'm going to say 3.
All right, cool. Hannah.
Hi.
How are you doing?
So for me, I wanna second Bobby and Paris. For me, Barbra Streisand, Bette Midler, these kind of songs, like, I think that it's the same. We shouldn't really touch the Mona Lisa, but if we are going to, I think that you need to understand the song. As a vocalist, for me, I think it's important that the song is forward. Like that we're not getting lost in the music too much.
Right.
So for me, the vocalist, I think she's awesome. And I just think that, like Paris was saying, I think it's important. Let's just go back and have a look at the original vocal. Let's look at the covers. And then let's let the music match it. I love the...
Yeah, the track is banging. I gotta say, parts of this track is killer.
Yeah, so maybe he needs to look, or they need to be looking for an original song potentially over that. I'm not giving myself up for any work. No, sorry. But I'm just saying but like maybe an original song. But I think for me, I love Evergreen. I love the original, and I think maybe we just need to go back and just work on the vocal matching the track a little bit. So for me, I'd give it a 4, a 5 out of 10.
All right, 5 out of 10 from Hannah. Thank you, Mr. Davis. This is going to be interesting.
All right, let me start with the track. So, it's, I don't know if the vocalist don't sound like she sang with that track. It just didn't. I mean, it wasn't so off, but it didn't sound like it fit in it. So, I don't know if it's just the way they mastered this track, so it didn't come off really nice and warm. I have a thing about covering a classic like that normally would not fit the dance floor. Normally, it's just too noisy of a track for that kind of song. You know what I mean? So
the track is doing too much.
Yeah, it's kind of too exciting
Yeah.
for such a song that is such a classic song where this vocalist can handle it. She can handle it without all that extra stuff in it. So it kind of takes away from it when it's trying to do this hype kind of vibe thing. Had it been a little bit more Afro-y and less,
Subtle.
it would have fit better because you could appreciate the vocalist. So it's like back when disco was new and Ethel Merman was doing disco and stuff like this. Guess what? These are great people, but they shouldn't be doing disco. So it just doesn't match. But like I agree with Bobby, is that I like the vocalist. I mean, she is really, really strong. I guess she's trying to match that track. You know what I mean? Trying to make it hype. But I would say that I really love it because I want to see the way they did Natalie Cole. You take a classic and you pull it back some, but you bring in pieces of it so that the people that never heard it or never seen A Star Is Born can relate to it, and then all of a sudden you got a new audience. So I really like the production of it. I mean, the whole idea is very bold, so I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Tommy Davis with a 7. All right. Okay. So that gives us Evergreen. In my opinion on this record, I give it a 5 because I think that the track actually has potential. I like the vocalist, but the vocals just don't quite fit. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. So we're going to move on to our next track, which is called So Good to Me, as Talent Tuesday continues with our guest today, Hannah Paris, Bobby Shaw. It's on.
Hey, Spen.
Yes. Wait a minute. Wait. You interrupted my flow, Mr. Davis. What's up?
Is that the best sound you can get off this board? Because I don't know if that track might have sound better. I need to go listen to the track.
Go listen to it, but that track is definitely what it is. Nothing I did to it.
Okay.
Nothing I did to it. So you'll see. I think this one is going to sound a little bit better as we continue with the menu. It is Talent Tuesday with your boy DJ Spen on the wheels. yeah, and more, yeah. That track is called So Good to Me. It is our second track on Talent Tuesday. As we get into what some people think about this, let me think. Paris.
Hey.
What do you think about this?
This one is beautiful. Like,
yeah?
To say something, we got to be picky, so I can be picky, but I love it. So I'd only suggest that repeating synth, I'd cut it out in some places, just purely because I think it takes away a little bit of the beauty of the record. Only if I'm going to be picky. Like, you know me, like, I love the musicality behind anything, and I think it's beautiful. I think the only other thing I'd say is they've used a VST saxophone horn section. You can fiddle with the section, so if they're listening, fiddle with the expression on the VST, and it should give a bit more of a real sound. There's loads of amazing free VSTs. If you check out DSK saxophones with a Z, there's some really, really good sounds, just so it doesn't sound so artificial of the saxophones. Right. But otherwise, I give that a strong 8.5, 9.
Oh, right, an 8.5 in Paris. Very good. All right, let's see, because I saw heads nodding backstage. Boy, let's see. Bobby Shaw, what say you?
I thought it was really pretty good. The production is really good. The vocals I liked. I don't know if it's a sample or somebody singing, but I really liked it. I would have liked maybe them to be brought up a little louder, maybe a little bit more to the forefront. But as far as a dance record goes, I mean, that would peak a club. I thought it was really good.
Okay. Scale of 1 to 10? Give it a 5. A 7.5.
Yes.
Oh, you treat me like Mike Freak now, huh?
7 points. I say 6.9. I said 7.
Yeah, right. All right, Hannah. What do you think about that? Good to me.
Again, I really, really like this song. I love the vocals. I think for me, I've got a personal pet hate about certain sounds. I think the bow, 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 bow. I think if we could make it more of a live sounding instrument, that would make me feel better about it. I just feel like that repetitive sound is tiny bit off-putting for me. I love the vocal. I love the gospel clap. I think the song is wicked, and I think danceability, I would probably be shaking it all the way around the dance floor for this one. So I really, really like this one. I would give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 from Hannah. Yep. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. All right, now let's see what this cat's gonna say. Tom Davis, what up?
You know I love it, girl. You know I love it.
I'm like sure.
I'm kind of spoiled though, because over the years I've worked with Spen so much, and he's a master at making sounds fit. And so now I hear songs that just doesn't have that kind of quantized sound, it's kind of hard for me to like them because I've heard what a good master will do for a record. And that's props to you, Spen. I've got to give you some props. So you make stuff sound really, really good. So I think with this label, that record would sound really, really good because you do this thing where you find a middle ground for all the tracks. And that is important for a track that's like this. Now, the choir, I agree with Bobby, it was like kind of had reverb on it. It was kind of in the back. And for a song that's inspirational, you want that to be kind of up front because since you didn't have a lead. So that is your lead. So the mix, the production was great. The mix, the breakdown to the gospel hand claps. I can see it terrorizing the club. I give this an 8.
Yeah. All right. My man, Tommy Davis with the 8. All right. It is Talent Tuesday, our A&R forum. We just got through our song number 2.
No, wait. You, Jim, you.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Really? Do I have to say it? Y'all already said it. I don't need to say anything else about this record. The record is good. Yes, it needs some work. The choir is low, true. Some of the sounds are trite and common, but as you can see, Tommy, this record sounded way better than the first record. So I have to give it props for the way it sounds. It sounds really good in the general sense. It just needs some tweaking, and it needs to be produced. But in the grand scheme of things, I like the record. I think the record has potential. I'll give it a 7.5. Like Bobby did. I give it a
Thank
7.5.
Thank you,
So,
Daddy.
You wish, Bobby Shaw. Anyway, over on Twitch, and big up to Twitch and Mixcloud and YouTube and everywhere where we are streaming right now. The poll gave it an 86% yes, which is no surprise. The record is good. It has what it takes. So we'll see what kind of future that record has, especially with reference to being a part of the quantized repertoire, which we will see. All right, next record is called Never Need, as Talent Tuesday is in full effect, baby. It's on. Hear your Music Man edition. Yeah, it's time to come up out of there. It is your boy DJ Spen, and that is our track number 3 for tonight. The track is called Never Need. Let's see, who are we gonna go with first tonight? Hannah. What you think about this?
I really like this one. I don't know if it's because I'm a singer. I feel like everything needs a verse. I feel like I would love there to be like a verse, even if it's not a verse, maybe a bridge section in the breakdown part. I really like this one. I love the ride. I love the disco element. I really like this one. And the I really like this one. I feel like it would benefit from a verse. I don't think that's coming from a singer's point of view, but I think a verse or like another section that could be put in. I love the music as well. I love the ride and the up and down. Wait, what is that? But I really like this one. I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. I only know about
It's fine.
I really like this one. I love the bump, and I would definitely dance to it in a party. So I would give this a 7 out of 10.
All right, 7 out of 10 from Hannah. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Miss Paris, what do you think?
I love this one. I am a massive fan of Jacking House. So this was bumping, this was nasty, it was raw. I was all over it. I actually love the bridge. There is a lot of kind of questionable sounds in there, but I think it could, I like how they've replayed the new bass line underneath. It is sweet. It is definitely one, if you just want to pop a little vibe in there, for sure. I agree with Music Man Edition in that sense. It would have a fade out kind of quick.
Right.
Fire. I love it. I love them. You know me, everything is high end. So I love that swinging hi-hat. It's beautiful. So I'm going to go give that an 8.
All right. An 8 from Paris Cesvette. Thomas Davis, what do you think?
Thank you, ladies. Y'all would have a wide open thing to jacket. In the States, they don't get a lot of jacking because it reminds them of when house first started.
Is that what you think it is?
It's jacking, and I'm a fan of jacking. I stay on the jacking charts, so it's a field that.
But I'm saying, you think that Americans don't get it because it's an old school thing? It's an old school house thing?
Yeah, it's simplicity, and we've gotten so grown now. We want everything to sound so grown that the original sound of house, which was simple, was simple, was traditional rhythm and unique stuff like this track. So Jack Your Body was Let Him Put Us Under, just looped into one thing. That's all it said was Jack Your Body.
It's true. That's true.
Right.
That was the original sound, of these things. It was what it is. But this is jacking, and I love Unquantum. When we get it, I would love to sign this because jacking tracks have a unique audience that pay tribute to that original sound. That original sound. I've yet to find a club that just plays jacking because it's just not. Yeah,
you just don't travel enough. You travel enough, you'll see it. Right, Hannah in Paris will tell you.
We do jacking here.
I'm hanging.
Lord have mercy.
I'm hanging with y'all.
Come, let's go. We be swinging.
Let's go, and it's an honor because I've worked on both of y'all's track songs.
This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Tommy, we haven't even said hi. Tommy Davis. Hi.
For real.
Hi,
let's go.
Hi.
Lord have mercy. Here we go with the foolishness. Bobby Shaw.
Wait.
Well, wait a minute. Yes.
So one of the unique things about the jacking tracks is that it's hard to do soulful with it because it gets kind of stuck. So you got to have a really good sample. And I think the reason why they didn't want to play more of the sample because you could get slapped for that.
Yeah.
So you have to take just a little just a little of it and just and get away with it. Because if it had, I agree with Hannah that if they would have just gave us a verse, it would have been more. But
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been. Yeah, but
that's why
who
you gotta make
knows?
sure that you're looking for the good vocals. Like sometimes it's about, like you're saying, being simple and having a strong vocalist that will carry the vibe for you. We can do this again and again and D. That's easy. But again, but if we went to dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you a strong vocalist, man.
And it's
You're trying
planning,
to
I
get
think.
the
If you're gonna,
work.
isn't it? It's planning. If you're gonna chop up a record, really
Chop
understand
it up.
every part in the record,
Yeah.
so you can give
But
it
like,
that verse, that chorus,
but
that
Paris, this is
little.
what I'm saying. Like, that's what happens when you take a sample. You haven't got many options.
Right, you really don't.
You know what I'm saying?
And then depending on the producer, having the skill level. I mean, there are programs that will probably allow you to even take that, never part I need out so that, you could put a vocalist on it. But, that as a producer really is going to take some foresight, some real serious thinking beyond what the sample is.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I just think that it's crazy because it has so much potential from all different angles. So it has the underground potential because, like Tommy says, it's like, this is original house. This is where house came from when, we started doing the whole sample thing. But then if you think about it beyond the sample, then you have this whole thing. It opens up a whole nother world where, you're looking at a record that's not underground. With something like this, you got something that could go worldwide, number one, like pop hit, depending on how you approach it.
And Spen, what I'm saying is that get you a good vocalist,
right?
Because those vocals are not difficult to replicate. It's not hard to re-sing that. Once you've got the vocalist that can re-sing that, then you can now be thinking about maybe she can do, or he, or whomever you've got can do this and do that, and then you can put all the parts together and make it sound like a sample. You know,
they're already halfway there.
Get yourself a good vocal. I'm just saying, like Hannah, Khemoh, no.
They've already replayed the bass
He's trying to get jobs.
Yeah, they've already replayed the bass line, so they were that much close. Add in, when I've done
just
Jacking
keep
House
going.
before, just keep going. So implement that sample, then implement your own musical part, so then you can dip in and out, and that's the joy that you bring this beautiful produced section into Jacking House. So then that's the deal, definitely.
That's awesome. That's
and it's
awesome.
easily done. Like there's so many singers, there's so many vocalists, there's so many.
Yeah.
They're like, get yourself a vocalist. Like having samples, the necessity, because maybe the lack of availability or because of it's too expensive. Like now, our industry is flooded with new singers, young singers, people that want to have experience. Like use those parts and those talents.
Right.
Build them up.
Use what's around you, and if you don't know what's around you, find it.
Precisely, and then if you want the sampled sound, you can have a sampled sound on a live vocal. Can you imagine?
Yes. We do it all the time.
Yep.
We already know.
All right, Mr. Bobby Shaw. What do you think?
I'm kind of like in sync with everybody. I do like the vocalist, though. If it's a sample,
it's definitely a sample. I can't. If that's an original vocalist, I would be shocked. But could be.
My thing is, I would love to hear another lyric. Another stanza. Right. That. So, if I'm going to do it the right way, I'll find out who that vocalist is and try to find them.
Right.
Yeah.
And make it that simple and bring them back. I mean, the vocalist is raw, and sometimes you can't duplicate that, but no matter who's singing it.
Correct.
That vocalist, it just fit right for me. So I really like it. But like I said, I try to find the vocalist and maybe write another stanza in there.
Yes.
But a little repetitive for me, but I do like it a lot. 7.58.
Oh,
even
right.
If you got another vocalist, you can just do another section. That's another vocal part. That's a counter melody, something, and it would bring it up. It will brighten it.
Yeah.
It will brighten the tone. You can put something that's much brighter in.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it would be nice. Anyway, let me stop going on because
I think it's excellent feedback. Thank you for going on. I appreciate it. 91% over on Twitch. Love it. So I am sure something is in the future somehow, some way, and we'll see if we can implement some of that, some of those suggestions. As we move forward, the next track is called Who We Are, and it is Talent Tuesday.
Just who we are. Do we come to make us come to overthink tomorrow when we're
tomorrow when we're alright. That's when we forget just who we are. Make us come together and it's alright. That's when you remember who just who we are. Come to make us come to overthink tomorrow when we're together and it's alright. That's when you remember who you
All right. That is track number 4 on Talent Tuesday. The song is entitled Who We Are. Now, I think I'm going to start with Bobby Shaw this time. Bobby, what's your thoughts on Who We Are?
I like the male vocals. I like the changes in the production. I was reading the chat. Some people said I like it, but it wouldn't fit what I like. I thought it was okay. I thought the song could be a little better, but I thought it was okay. I mean, it needs polishing, a lot of polishing. But I do like the guy's vocal.
Okay.
And, I'd give it a 6.5.
All right, 6.5 from Bobby Shaw. All right, cool. Let's go with Paris. What do you think?
I have like a major discrepancy between the synths and the vocal. I think people think, you know, we only deal with key and harmonics when it comes to soulful music, but it's in every genre.
Not
you
true.
know,
That's correct.
You know, I even tune drums, as you know,
Right.
and when we work in melodic and tech house, we can't just because maybe the vibe is nice, we put the synths here, you know, blend. And I love to produce with the acapella, so I call it musicella production. So you can really give that, even if it's a sample, you're giving the synths that you use that bed that really does fit. And there's just so many stabs. Like if you listen to I can't remember the group now. Adriatique, I think they're an amazing melodic house group. I think they're going for that vibe. So even in the land of beatport and different parts and track source, I honestly don't think. I just think they've got a lot of work to do harmonically with the record to really make it internationally to fit the potential that I think it could do. You know, you can see what their vision is. I just think they've got to do a lot more work, being a lot more particular with the notes they use within the synths, and then the sound as well. Like there is a full format. If you're going to start, you know, in soulful house and other genres, we don't use vacuums, we don't use big sub basses like that. But if you are going to do that, really understand the tuning behind that, get your drums into that tune. So even if you're using less musicality, I think make sure that your instruments really do synchronize with the sample that we're using. So yeah, I'm going to give this a 2.5.
All right, 2.5 from Paris. Hey, Hannah.
Hey guys.
What you think?
So I think that I've got no option other than to come at these songs as a singer, because that's how I listen to music. So like I want it to just be clear, like I'm not a producer, I don't really know about musicality and stuff like that, but when it comes to how vocals sound and how they make and lift and change and decide and, you know, like make the movements in the song, I think this one, again, it's a sample. If you've got yourself a live vocalist, there's so much more you can do with the vocal, just even in terms of like there's a downturn on the water. It sounds water instead of water. Get it? The difference in sound changes how you feel about the song when you're dancing to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that, again, agreeing with Paris, I think that when you're choosing effects and sounds, it has to marry. For me, I didn't really like the dark energy at the beginning, the boom, 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 that kind of thing. We can change that if we change the sound. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, I like the male vocal, and I would love to hear that with an actual male vocalist, and then he can put harmonies on the back end and make it dark or make it bright. I think it would be better placed. I think my energy tonight is just everybody, please try whatever song you're doing. you're doing, you've
Right.
got a friend that really wants to sing really badly. Everybody has. I've got many friends that are like, oh my God, will you record me? I'm like, absolutely not. But like, maybe you've got friends that really want to sing. Like, let's try like this sample sound. It sounds sampled as opposed
Right.
to sounding like a song. Get somebody to sing it. There's so much more you can do with it. For me, this one, also the sounds on the backing track. Is it the backing track, Paris? Is that what we say?
Yeah.
The sounds on the backing track, they just are like, they're very much like, do you really like it? Is it worth it? You know?
Two-set garage.
Is that what that is?
Do you know? Have you heard that
Okay.
song?
I
If you hear that
haven't.
song,
I
then
mean,
you know what
it sounds like a ton of other records, though.
I just think that like, we're not saying everybody has to spend their last penny to make a track. No, we're saying like just make different choices, like where you can use live sounding instruments if you can't get a live instrument, where you can get a live vocalist, because the manipulation, the ability, I'm lying, Paris, the ability to change the sound just when you're working with a human person that has sung line. I just think it makes so much of a difference when it comes to songs. Not every song is about vocals, for God's sake.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if you're going to put
like,
vocals, but if you are going to put vocals in, like, be selective about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Scale of 1 to
And
10
don't slow it
with
down.
this track as it is. Scale of 1 to 10. What do you think?
I would give it a 6. I feel terrible. A 5.
Okay. All right. Look, that's what it is. A 6 is what it is. Tom Davis.
Me?
Yes.
You.
Yeah.
I can't relate. I just don't. My glow stick days are over, and I
Never
don't.
say glow stick.
I mean, I just don't. I don't have a really enough reference or research to actually comment on this kind of thing. It's not for us at all. Now, if Mike Freak was here, I would really like to hear his opinion.
Me too, to be honest.
Because
True.
this is not. I can't do this. I had a lot of sounds. I mean, I could traumatize and take pieces of it and make it work, but it's just not for unquantized. I can't speak for Q, so I don't like to critique something that's not my field. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just, I'm not going to do it. I mean, the sound production was great. You know what I mean? It had boom and bass and drive to it, and it had an extensively long break, so it's perfect for those people that's just jumping up and down, waiting for it to drop. It's perfect. I've seen it before. That's what they like. So, but that's not what we do. So in a marketing sense,
The drop has got to go somewhere. The drop can't just drop and then we go back to what we did before. The drop has got to. If the drop is gonna come in and we're all waiting for it and waving our hands and our glow sticks, Tommy, don't never say glow sticks.
We love glow sticks.
Mine never works. Whenever I got a glow stick, it never got anyway. But like the drop is, we just got to go somewhere. We could even put another thing in there like that's up. You know what I mean? Sorry, interrupting every minute. I'm sorry. I'm somebody's mum. That's why you interrupt.
that's right.
Yeah.
I've done a lot.
Paris, tell me the truth. When my child is
interrupt.
talking, she goes, "Oh no, I just have to interrupt her in the middle and just be like, can you go to I don't care what you're talking about. Good night. I'll see you in the morning."
All right.
Wait. You know, we've done a lot of talent too. You ladies are on point.
They are. I'm not going to front. This is probably one of the better ones we've ever had. Gotta say what's up in the chat room we got a killer chat room going on over on Twitch. And Angelica Deneau, how are you? My man DJ Jason Picasso, how you doing? M. Luke, I see you, my brother. DJ LC. Man, Music Man Edition. I mean, this is crazy. The amount of professionals that we got checking us out on Talent Tuesday today is really, really special. So thank you all for joining us and participating in the chat. I appreciate all that. And then some.
We are with the mighty Spen. There's no jokes to be played about that. All the way from the UK, East London, Glasgow. Online with the mighty Spen.
Mighty.
Oh boy.
Quantized recordings, don't you dare
Yeah, I think all I need now is a hammer and it's on.
I'll give this track an 8.
I ain't trying to play.
Oh, Tommy's giving it an 8. All right, fine. Okay.
Tommy, you gave it an 8.
Tommy gave it an 8. Yeah.
I mean,
But
I'm
you said
just
you
going-
didn't
Wow.
understand the song.
I don't know nothing about this kind of music. I wouldn't.
Tommy,
put it
That's
out.
still high.
Tommy,
That's very
Yeah, that's
high.
high for
Tommy,
it
when
is.
this chat locks off, me and you have to have a conversation.
See, there's an after
What do you mean?
Tuesday where we
I'm just
we
gonna give it an 8. No, sir.
No, I like
we
parts
do not
of it.
agree.
I don't get
I'm
it.
a DJ, ladies, and I can take pieces of that record and make any crowd dance to it.
Put
I
it
can
in your
do that.
set. Your next set. What are you playing next?
He ain't a lie. He'll do it. You don't understand. Just seriously, you don't understand that Tommy Davis is the guy that I used to walk into the record store as a 13-year-old. And let me explain to you. Buying a record from Metro Stereo when you are 14 years old and you're buying a Yazoo import that costs $14.99 because Tommy Davis played this one little piece of it. So now I gotta have 2 of them. It broke me quite a few times. I just didn't have any money, and then I would bring the record home. But no, the bad part is that I would bring the record home and the record would have nothing else but that part. Just that one piece. So y'all gotta understand this. Me and this dude have had conversations about that kind of stuff. But anyway, as we move on,
Like I'm saying, I'm honored. You know, Mr. Tommy, this is the first time we've even spoken. You haven't met Alicia yet, but like
I can't
what
wait.
you did on our song, we loved it. Thank you so much, man.
I love doing it.
what are you knocking over? More so, wait a minute. Before we get into our last song, let's see. Tommy Davis, what is playing on the TV in your background?
I have no idea. It's on an independent channel, so I know it's something independent because I like watching it.
Right.
And independent and important and very.
Yeah, independent and important. So it is what it is. All right. We got to get back into this. Otherwise, we won't even get through the next song. But what a talented group of individuals that is helping us to critique these tracks tonight. This is our last track. This track is entitled I Feel Good, as Talent Tuesday is in full EFFECT.
On my mind, yes she does. The devil queen, I can't stand it. She makes me feel this fire that's in my soul. Turn it loose, baby. I'm about to explode. Girl, girl, girl. I'm about to explode. I'm about to explode. I'm about to explode.
Yes, I Feel Good, our last track on Talent Tuesday for tonight. Let's hear from our esteemed panel and what they think about it. I just can't figure who I want to go first, so I'm going to go eeny, meeny, miny, gypsy queenie.
Oh, it's me. I was even smiling like Peter Queen. It's not me. Like a fool. Looking over here. It's not me.
Hannah, what do you think about this track called I Feel Good?
Again, I have to approach these songs how I listen to them. I'm a singer, I'm a vocalist. That's what I love to do. And I think that everything changes when you've got a live vocal in. It's very easy to copy these samples. Yeah? That's the first thing. I love the bass intro. Love that. I think doing the sample live would change up the energy. I think that the chorus section, that when he goes to I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, I think that would be like a, maybe not those words, I'm sure they've been done before, but just to lift it a bit. Me and my girls would probably dance to this one. I think that some of the music needs a little bit of work. I'd have to go back and listen properly because I was obviously dancing. I should have been listening. But I think some of the music needs a little bit of work, like just in terms of the repetitive things coming out, just like making it a bit more interesting. I would give this one an 8 out of 10.
All right, 8 out of 10. All right. So over on Twitch, we got 89% of the people loving this record called I Feel Good. Bobby Shaw, how do you feel?
I feel good. How about you?
I'm groovy, baby. I can't complain.
No, I actually, it started off to me a little bit repetitive. I feel good. But then when the second stanza came in, like, okay, this sounds a lot better. And I kind of would like to play it on my show. So I kind of like it, like 7.5. Obviously, most of these songs need polishing.
Right.
But it has the ingredients. I mean, it's got the production. It's got the mix. I like the male vocal. I mean, if it is a sample, that kind of like tinges it a little, but nonetheless, I kind of like it as it is.
All right. 7.5 from Bobby Shaw. What's up, Chris Van Buren, my man, DJ Scoop? How you doing? Oh man, like a real serious Twitch conglomerate tonight. Angelica Deneau says this track is much tighter. I'm assuming that is opposed to the track before it that was also sample based. Just a lot going on in the chat room. If you're not over on Twitch, you're missing out. I'm telling you right now. All right, let's see. Mr. Davis, what say you?
Nice production. I didn't like the song. So it's kind of what an underground person like me will call commercial, meaning that I don't, you know, what I mean, it's kind of just too trying too hard. It's
Okay.
like, you know, what I mean, I come from soul, I come from way back slave and brass construction and stuff like that. So to me, when I hear this kind of sound, it's kind of do this whole what people would call now Bruno Mars kind of thing to a beat. I don't feel it. Mike
Okay.
would be a better critique on this because that
Probably
has
so.
a cute
You're right.
sound to it.
Yeah.
So, I give it a 6.
Okay. All right. And Paris, what say you, my sister?
What say me? It's really funny because I can't. There's nothing particularly wrong with it at all. It just doesn't lift me up. You know, my ear is always a lot more of a musical ear. I think it's a bumping tune. You know, it's swinging. I would have loved if there was a breakdown, something that kind of opened the song up a little bit. Like
But I did like the breakdown. The one thing I liked about this record was the breakdown. Better than
But
everything
nothing
else,
changed.
really.
I think
But
that was
I
just
think-
saying
I think-
nothing
Yeah.
changed. Like we went back
Right.
to the. Oh,
it didn't open the window. You know, like if you want to open the window in the car and you get that fresh air run through, it didn't give me
Yeah.
that. Of course, it's like all the elements were there and they split the elements because I absolutely love the drums. I love the swing on it. It's really, really nice. But I just it wouldn't make it into my box just purely because I don't think it calls me in enough musically. So I think if they had maybe a top synth in there to double the vocal, then yes, we could definitely get some more energy in there. Just to give it something a little bit more meat behind it. So just
Right.
some top synths, even some horn stabs, alternatively, even some disco rotoscope, something, just something that
Right.
brings it home a little bit.
Right.
Because I just think
Yeah.
that, you know, they've got
Totally.
amazing sample, amazing drums, amazing something, but it's, you know, it's just that hooky element that I think all songs need to make it a really, you know, standout production.
do you
So
guys?
I
Can
give
just
it-
ask a question. I'm so sorry. Do you guys think, like, I know that I'm pushing for this, making sure that you've got an actual vocalist. Do you think that it makes a difference? I know there's some songs that having a sample is what kind of makes the track. For me, there's never a song that I don't think me just as a vocalist and my friends and anybody that I know that can sing could not sing it in the same way that it's vocal. Do you think that it makes? Do you think as DJs and producers, obviously you're playing out. For me, hearing a live, what I know is live between live and sample, hearing the difference changes how I feel about the song.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I totally agree. I think that if you are a producer who has the skill level, and that therein lies the how I really feel about it. Look, if you have the skill level, you have the skill level, and you can do many things with something simple like this. And, you know, one of my favorite producers that does this is like Osun Lade. You know, Osun Lade can take like all of his tracks are simple, but what he does on them is ridiculous. And I mean, on almost every single solitary track. But but I'm going to call him more of a track maker, you know, in the general sense.
He very rarely chooses tracks that are sample based. Whenever Osun Lade chooses a lot of songs, I can't even speak and say a lot, but a lot of his the music that he plays is not songs that are sample based. And if they are, then like maybe you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. You understand?
Which is the point. Like if it is like you know, I mean, he took this Dionne Warwick sample. Dun, 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 dun. Nobody even knew where that record came from,
Right.
and all it did was just because you say things are gonna dun, 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 things are gonna change. Dun, dun. The simplest thing ever on the planet became one of the biggest records on the planet because it's how he decided to approach it. And he used a sample that nobody knew what it was. Now I'm not saying that this I Feel Good record. I don't know what it is, So it's a good choice of a sample. But I just think that what he's doing with the sample could be a little more creative. But it's not bad. It's not horrible. Especially when it got down into using more of the sample and the breakdown, which is where I agree with Bobby Shaw. I think, to a degree, it's not bad sampling. It's clever sampling, actually. But I just think that something like this could probably be built upon. So I totally agree with you. Totally. But does every single song need it? The answer is no.
No, of course not.
Right.
Can I say this?
Bobby, Tommy, Paris, that's all I want to know, because I am so... I find it very difficult to listen to sampled songs, especially if I know I can sing it. I can sing it the same way. And when you got my voice, my energy in the vocal, there's a different way that it sounds. Do you feel that way, or
I think it's exactly what Spen said. It's a skill thing, because it's like if you take any other genre, like there's some modern R&B today, and it's sampling 90s R&B records with the vocals in, with the music in, but they've got a whole brand new vocal on top.
And so something? Here's something that I didn't mean to disrupt you, but this record is a second time submission, and I didn't realize it. Thank you for telling me, Lexi. This is a second time submission. So I'm wondering what it's, and I thought it sounded familiar, Tommy, but
yeah, true.
Yeah, but I mean, it must be an improvement on what it was.
I really hope it's not me. Is it me?
No, it's not. I'm saying, look, listen, your opinion is your opinion. And the reason that I like to have a cross section of singers, producers, promoters, everything on the show, so that everybody gets a little bit of a different perspective on where, a song can go. And I think it's helpful to new producers from that standpoint. So what you're saying literally is something that's for a little bit more of a seasoned producer as opposed to a just novice producer. But at the same time, it's good information, because what you want to do is to be able to even take some of these samples and create some different things. And sometimes that creates, sometimes that requires a human element. I mean, Tommy and I do it all the time. I mean, records like The Way You Love Me came from a sample. They came from a sample and we put a vocal on it. And next thing you know, now we've got to, get other musicians and singers and so many other things. I mean, Hannah, the record that y'all did, that we did with Spencer Morales that you were on, Are You a Winner? Which is like total left field. I was like, this song should probably be a love song. But you guys totally took it to like this inspirational place that made it completely different than anything that we could have thought that it could have been. So I think that it's good in so many ways for so many of the newer producers to hear this stuff, because if they don't, they might not. And if they and all of these things are just ideas that I think people can take and build on. So I applaud the two of you. Actually probably been two of our best guests that we've had on the show. I mean, we've really had some good guests here recently, and I thank you both for sharing the way that you did tonight. And Bobby Shaw, of course, there's nobody who we'd rather have as an honorary Quantize member, helping us give feedback on these records. It's just really amazing. And Tommy, you know how I feel about you.
Well, I want to say something to Hannah. Hannah, listen, I produce a lot, so I get a sample, and I have to go find somebody local to do it. And what happens is, I say, just sing this part over, and they say, but I want to sing the whole song. I was like, baby, I don't need you to sing the whole song. I just need you to sing this one part. So they get less interested in trying to reduplicate one piece. So that's what the difficulty a producer goes to when you go get a vocalist and say, I just need you to say, I feel good.
No, I think that
it's true, but it's true.
When you're working with, I think that there are, as I'm saying, there's an influx, there's a massive level of people just based on our current situation with music that believe that they can sing. Yeah?
Yeah.
So let's be honest. I haven't said anything detrimental or derogatory about anybody. I'm saying that based on our current situation, my personal preference, yours, Paris, yours, Bobby, yours, Spen, our current situation has lent itself two people that believe that they can sing.
But I think it works the same in production too. I think the
Absolutely.
misunderstanding of how to use a vocal. I think people are so quick to get a song finished, and it's so beautiful that they're going through and getting these beautiful productions. But it's exactly what we're saying.
And their supporters are their friends that all go out and dance to the same silly music that they go out and dance to. For me personally,
I just think, you know what?
I have to be honest. Like, I am very stuck in my ways when it comes to music. I'm not somebody that's like, oh my god, you guys listen to the newest blah blah. I
know. I work with you. I know. I know.
Give me some makeup. Like, I don't care about. So I'm just saying, like, in those circumstances, just in response to you, Tommy, in those circumstances, lean on the ones that you know can do. Her name is Khemoh. You know that she can do. If you need it, get yourself some work.
Yeah.
Get yourself some work.
It's on.
Lean on the ones that you can.
Right.
If this was an opportunity for us to just connect and make that connection, Paris knows I don't play.
Yeah.
If you need that, it's easily done. I think that the interest for me, more than anything, is just when we're producing music. Whenever I work with Paris, I send Paris a vocal and a song in any flimsy way. It comes back. I didn't even know all of these things were happening. Then she says, "Oh, hold on, I'm going to send you the drop down, beat down,
right.
Back up version." And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Right.
So that's how we work. So I'm saying we lend on where the skills are available. That is it.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be a singer. There's many people that have allowed Drake. There's many people that have allowed people to believe that they can sing.
I'm still waiting for my break.
If he wants to confront me, I'll be like, let's have a sing off. If he wants to confront me, I'll be like, let's have a sing off. I'll sing in your key. You sing a song and let's have a sing off.
Right. Woo. Right. The true meaning of a battle singer. You heard a battle MC, she's a battle singer. Look out.
Like,
be careful.
When it comes to singing, like, I will lay my head down if you can test me. But if you cannot, then I'm not interested. My point is, I just feel like if we're going to be making music, let's make the music that we really love. The music that I really love is the old school stuff. Paris, I lie. Right. It's the music that moves my spirit. Right. It's the music that touches me in my soul. Like anything about my car or my keys or my shoes or I was twerking, that doesn't move my spirit.
Right. You know, if you're a battle singer, maybe you should redo "I Will Fight" by Gladys Knight, because I could hear you singing that.
Never say Gladys Knight.
Yeah, boy. Oh, no, boy. Yeah, don't do it.
Don't let me go there.
All right, look, you ladies should go to sleep. I'm ready to get up. I've got stuff we got to do. Thank you for joining us. Seriously, Hannah, I appreciate it. You have just been a star tonight. Paris, likewise, just amazing stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to finish this playing a song that is coming out by the two of you in a few minutes. Bobby Shaw, thank you again for hanging out with us. And Tommy Davis, I appreciate you. Talent Tuesday is brought to you by Quantize Recordings. Make sure that if you have any music that you would like us to critique for you, please send it over to music@quantizerecordings.com. That is music@quantizerecordings.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, blah, 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 YouTube, etc., Twitch, and so on. Thank you, Renee Melendez, for helping me out. I appreciate you. And until next week, or until the next 2 weeks, and actually, I'm lying to you. We are not doing a Talent Tuesday in 2 weeks because Kelly and myself will be on a little vacation in Toronto as we do a party. And if you're in Toronto, make sure that you join us on the, I want to say, well, let me get my calendar because, you know, if I say something wrong.
27th.
And look, Mike Freak calling us. He hitting me already. So please plug the shows. So 27th In Toronto, me, my man, Mike Freak, and others are going to be doing what it is that we do, as well as we are doing a party at the Owl Room in Washington, D.C. Well, I don't know what the date is. See, Mike Freak, that's why you need to be here with me, because I don't know what it is. But I do believe it is the 15th, of June. Correct. We'll be at the Owl Room, me, John Morales, Tommy Davis, Mike Freak, Cade Young. I believe that is going to be Girl Power in the room by the name of Abco too. So we got a bunch going on and a lot happening. Stay tuned to all of the Quantize socials for more information as we do what it is that we do. It is your boy DJ Spen, and I am out until next time we speak. Peace in the valley, peace in the city, and peace to your souls. This is Hannah and Paris with a song entitled Better. And who does it better than these two ladies? I'm out. See ya.